He played America's most comforting father figure, calm, wise, unshakable. But off camera, his life unraveled in ways no one in Mayberry could have imagined. Behind the sheriff's badge were broken marriages, a son he couldn't save, and grief that never faded. The real story of Andy Griffith is far more tragic than television ever showed. For 8 seasons, The Andy Griffith Show welcomed millions into Mayberry. At its center stood Andy Griffith, the gentle sheriff Andy Taylor, a symbol of patience, decency, and small-town wisdom. But the man behind that calm smile came from a childhood marked by poverty and pain. Born on June 1, 1926 in Mount Airy, Griffith grew up during the Great Depression. His father worked as a carpenter and house painter, and steady income was never guaranteed. At times, the family lived without basic comforts like indoor plumbing. In a small town, hardship was visible, and young Andy felt it. Classmates mocked his clothes and background. The teasing wasn't occasional, it was relentless. He later admitted those years left him with deep insecurity and a quiet anger he carried long into adulthood. Music became his escape. He learned guitar and banjo, immersing himself in melody when the world felt unkind. For a time, he even considered becoming a Moravian minister. But ultimately, performance won. At the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, he shifted his focus to music, graduating in 1949 with a Bachelor of Music degree. After college, he taught high school music while performing monologues on the side. Then, in 1953, everything changed. A comedic recording titled What It Was Football became a surprise hit, selling hundreds of thousands of copies. The former schoolteacher suddenly had a national audience. Broadway followed with No Time for Sergeants, and soon after came a dramatic turn in A Face in the Crowd, a role that revealed the darker intensity beneath his charm. By the 1960s, he was television royalty. Yet, even at the height of his success, Griffith struggled. On The Andy Griffith Show, much of the spotlight often went to his co-star Don Knotts, whose portrayal of Barney Fife became iconic. Griffith played the straight man, essential, steady, but rarely the loudest laugh. When the series ended in 1968, he walked away deliberately, determined not to be typecast forever. The years that followed were professionally uneven. Variety shows faltered, new series failed to connect. For nearly 20 years, he battled the shadow of Andy Taylor, until 1986 when he returned to primetime in Matlock. As Ben Matlock, a sharp Southern defense attorney, Griffith found renewed success. The show ran 9 seasons and restored his standing in Hollywood. But while his career recovered, his personal life told a different story. He married his college sweetheart, Barbara Bray Edwards, in 1949. She supported him through the lean teaching years and the rise to fame. Unable to have biological children, they adopted 2, Sam and Dixie. To the public, they seemed like the perfect family. Behind the scenes, the pressures of fame and long work hours created distance. After 23 years, they divorced in 1972. His second marriage to Greek actress Selika Kasuto lasted less than a decade. Again, irreconcilable differences ended the union. In 1983, Griffith married actress Cindy Knight, 27 years his junior. The two met while filming a television project, and this time the partnership endured. Cindy became his anchor through career resurgence and into his later years. But even stability couldn't shield him from tragedy. His son Sam struggled with alcoholism and substance abuse. Despite efforts to build a quiet life in North Carolina, the battle proved overwhelming. In 1996, Sam died at just 38 years old. For Griffith, it was the deepest wound of his life. Friends noticed a change in him, more withdrawn, more guarded. The man who once delivered fatherly wisdom on screen faced a grief no script could resolve. Health problems soon compounded the sorrow. Griffith battled cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. In 2000, he underwent quadruple bypass surgery. Though he recovered, his strength declined steadily. He spent his final years quietly at his coastal North Carolina home, far from Hollywood. On July 3, 2012, Andy Griffith died of a heart attack at age 86. In accordance with his wishes, he was buried within hours in a private ceremony on his property. No public funeral, no spectacle. Barbara, his first wife, had passed decades earlier, in 1980, following a private illness. She had known him before the fame, before Mayberry. Her loss, like his son's, was one he carried silently. When America mourned Andy Griffith, they mourned a television legend, but the real man, shaped by poverty, shadowed by heartbreak, and marked by profound personal loss, had lived a far more complicated story than viewers ever saw.
If Andy Griffith meant something to you growing up, share your favorite memory in the comments. And for more untold Hollywood stories that reveal what fame hides, make sure you subscribe and tap like before you go.